It's on the 25th of November 2025. May the story be bremo about Wesley Girls. And you be a friend Shafiq Osman. Our young criminal also doing the Wesley Girls. And you be on Tiasi into the Moko Supreme Court. Some may also for Kudam. Actually, my dream. Also for Lawrence Tetteh, Catholic Bishops Conference. And our Pastor Owusu. And your Momo Kakahuni na ase. Asamne die. Ombekebi. Aha Gossips 24. So be me a subscribe button so. Now I click the bell notification icon so. Now follow ye your Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at gossip24.com and gossip2040. Now make how send yakopon ya adoma. Ochina 28th of November. Into your chest me no me you just 24 hours. Say the bed grab it Samsung device no. Say ye Z Fold, say ye Z Flip no, say ye A series no, S series no, say ye smartwatch na what target way na ye what time. Less than 24 hours. Not promo na IND. To grab this opportunity, visit www.samsung.com. The device is on Samsung for Attribution. So on the 25th of November, Minimo shared this particular conversation as he said, maybe a friend is Shafiq Osman. It was on the 23rd of December 2024. And all day, Wesley Girls for Echo Jina Supreme Court. But I feel that some attention. And Supreme Court for say Wesley Girls for Emomo Doji. Omofa no yembra. Na Attorney General so Enfa na no yembra. It is how media assembly gaining attention mama for be na chromading our home. But in that story, the maker tell me say there is an issue a year before Shafiq Osman Day, which was in the year 2021. And that particular issue nema come up for a coalition of Muslims and Morgan has a actual letter. Say Beyanka Wesley Girls School no or more reconstituted board no ma Muslim and beka home. Na face no Omo saki headmistress no free ho no ma wo kwa ma Muslims enya fasting ensa so enya Ramadan na so mom baby no mo fa mom pae. And that issue had to do with papa bi a friend no Ishmael Zakaria Al Hassan Neba. Join news for your documentary on that issue. Papa no omma one ne ba ekotena headmistress nim and a headmistress ni bisa akwala no. So papa say obeyi we free school no. Obedu papa echi akọ.
Thus, the headmistress put the question to the student after the father still insisted withdrawing the daughter from the school. She asked her if she wanted to stay and learn or follow the dad. Bushira replied she would stay and learn.
Now, so what's your response? Akwala say. Akwala mani papa nisesi form. Akwala say uncle. It is uncle mo ebaye. And also following set say. Again pa nesi. A day pa nesi. It's a Ghana for binumu. Echi Wesley Girls and Senior Basa. Na West Africa, near Africa high. Unported the Nigeria. The SCC, northern part of Nigeria. Any idea southeastern part of Nigeria. Any the idea. Na enkomo has started wa hey. So one got here. The best thing. And it's a enjoy Wesley Girls. No more maintaining your identity. As a Methodist mission school, BBNC.
In the past years, Ghanaians have lived in harmony. And we believe in tolerance. As I travel around the nations of the world, I've just come back from Australia and Singapore. Not many Muslims and Christians are able to stay together. But in Ghana community, we've been able to stay together. Okay. Let us not be insensitive. Wesley Girls School is a Methodist school. Okay. So if you are privileged to go to Methodist school, when you go to Rome, do what the Romans do. We should be very mindful not to abuse legality. I believe that I'm against the fact that we're taking issues like this to court. We should learn dialogue. We should also learn to come together as a community in a massive united front to know what to do, how to do, and what not to do. I believe that if we don't exercise these things well, it will become a national security issue, and we will not be able to help it. Look at what is happening to Nigeria and in the sub-region. Ghana has been able to jump in that. I want to say all commentators on this issue should be circumspect. Both the Muslims and the Christians should use a lot of wisdom to handle this in a manner that it can be amicably solved and nobody should take advantage over the other. Okay. I believe that as much as I believe in tolerance and openness to everybody, we should also be very careful not to throw the baby in the water away. Wesley Girls School is a Methodist school, specifically a Christian community. As much as we want to embrace ourselves together, we should also be careful not to carry it in a manner that will create controversies that are needless. We should create a platform that will bring us together more like this.
But there is another opinion from your brother Penny Solomon Owusu. Just say, our movement for change, as you see, our Master United Party. I don't know what. Solomon Owusu, I can say be one video and we say, listen, oh no, or call Presby school or choir, no, Presby school. What I say? Bonnie be any because I don't know person choir and none of another quine. Tigari and Nasa Conedimo. Now go person for my quine. Now so no Presby school or choir, no. Oh money, a Presby, your mama. Presby hymns, no. Back when warn him to. It's a Methodist day. Wesley Girls. When you say Gen Z parents, you know, trim do be a swan near cocotte.
I went to Prempeh College.
Prempeh is which mission?
Presby and Methodist.
Okay.
Before then, I had never sung any Methodist hymn or Presbyterian hymn before.
You didn't go to church?
I mean, I read on the street. I wanted to practice. Yeah, street. I wanted to practice my fetish priest. On Prempeh College.
You wanted to be traditional.
So that we,
so to speak,
we put on our powder.
You know my name is Jebunche, right?
It's absurdity. The Methodist, the Wesley Girls School must insist.
Really?
They must insist on what has brought the school to where it is, for which reason parents want to send their words there. Prempeh College must insist on what has brought the school to the levels that people want to attend. TIMAS must insist. Look, there was this ruling about the Rasta man in Achimota. People were jubilating. We must allow right. If you are a young man and you are going to school, are you going to learn discipline or you want to do what pleases you?
No, but Rasta doesn't mean you are in.
What Rasta? Go to Rasta school. The school says you must keep your head at a
it's
certain.
Now in the US doing.
Forget about that. I've seen him writing all. You see, we must not introduce impunity in our system.
Well, what is impunity?
What are you talking about? The school says ABC. That's why we learn discipline. After school, if you want to do your own thing, go and do your own thing.
You mean conformity?
Conformity.
What is it?
Then they must also go there and say that you will not attend prep. It's against our religion.
We watch buses.
What is this?
We wear buses to lectures.
This right is what some professors asked us to be doing tumu in this country. Remember tumu, LGBTQ. I saw professors going to court. We must allow men and men, women and women to be sleeping because of right. Small thing we are in court because we think that we know English.
You think that's the bin of
But Wesley Girls must insist. They can go to court and get their ruling. You go and meet the teachers there. What is this business? We are going to practice our religious faith. We must say, what is it? Your words are there to learn discipline. When they come back to their homes, you infuse your religion into them. Why is it that they are not even preaching about African religion? All this Western religion. They are not even talking about that. Look, the schools are what they are because there are certain principles. And not because you want to introduce to them new things to destroy the schools. Ever since you started all these business, some of the quality, the caliber of schools we had, the quality is even going down. We are not allowing the schools to implant in these walls the discipline that we used to know. The last time I went to my alma mater, I saw some boys keeping bushy hair. I said, this is not Prempeh College standard. You dare not put your hair go beyond a certain meter.
No, but Gen Zs have hair bushy.
They are on our various campuses using a manner was doing TikTok because of some of these things. Everything I know my right. Hey, Mr. Education Minister, please, why you are going slippery? Allow the schools, the religious bodies to infuse the discipline. Wouldn't it be so nice that you are coming from an Islamic background? Then you go to a Christian school, you also introduce it opens your mind about the worldview of religion.
Yes.
So what is this business that go to TIMAS and go and see how Christians are praying every Friday? They know, look, Sylvester Boating, a typical Christian, he can recite all the Quran from head to toe. He went to TIMAS. Beautiful.
You go to a new environment,
beautiful.
You learn a new culture.
Black Rasta, he went to TIMAS.
Which Black Rasta?
Your own Black Rasta. Kumasi TIMAS. Is he not Pan-Africanist? He can recite the Quran from head to toe. He learned it there.
If I choose
the beauty of it, that is the school. And before you went there, Black Rasta, you knew that it's TIMAS. We are not doing Christian business there. And people have not had any issues with it. Hajia Halima, they went to Wesley Girls. Did you ever hear them complain about religious treatment on campus? They went through it beautifully.
They knew before they went.
They made friends. When you go to the school, the Muslims, the Christians, they are so happy. You parents, adults that you are out, instead of encouraging them to continue to be happy, you are here and then creating also problems. Are you in the
parents and the adults rather creating problems?
The we have today,
not rights enshrined by the same constitution.
They open phone lines. I went to a particular school. You know, weekend they want the walls to speak to your parents. The parents of today, we have a problem. The walls are crying, parents are crying. I mean, I said, Jesus Christ. Your word is in secondary school. You will miss it. You will miss it. After secondary school, you are not going to get hold of your word. Because from secondary school, if it's going to continue, goes to university, independent life has started. Yeah. Why do you want to continue in this that be nonsense?
You mean cajoling them?
Cajoling.
However, I'm not for more social media to say, some opinions we now I'm not buying into. Because Emra, Papa Ismail, Zakaria Al-Hassan, a body you see, you know. Come up for choice letter no. It led to series of conversations. And my chest said, what is back 13? And your monsa echo share memorandum of understanding. I said, the eternity friend MOU. You know. Now, somebody's no, a media mission, AME Zion Church, Anglican Church, Assemblies of God Church, Ghana Baptist Convention, the Catholic Church, Evangelical Presbyterian Church, EP Church, Office of the National Chief Imam, Methodist Church, Presbyterian Church, Salvation Army, Garrison Education, and the Police Education. Somebody's back 13. And your monsa. Eshenkrata say ombeka boom. No matter say students be over mission school and I say abine any mission school be ano. Our mo friend government assisted mission schools and after private mission schools. Some students, able to be a no more practice your religion. I was some dream. Now, memorandum of understanding, principal guidelines, Baku, and it's a promoting safety and healthy school environment. Baku is a promoting unity of purpose and peace. Baku is a accepted diversity. Baku is a producing a conducive school environment. Baku is a promoting values and ethos. Bakoso ni say ebe promoting mission educational institutions. Say there be a mission schools no enwojo na ebe koswa maintain your culture of have a culture of tolerance. No betumi maintain your image. Bakoso ni say schools the rules and regulations no yan tontwene na pupils, students, guardians any awofo ebe go through orientation. Say there be on schools the rules and regulations no ase. Bakonso and say fasting wo way. Say student be person fast here. I was so den awo for ba. No ni school ne beka. On ni school ne kan na say school ne ma no ho kwan say on fast here. The better sa students ni bia e wo students no ene na wo for so. Nti student ne fast na say also na say bili china e wo no ene na wo for so. The to biom and so me provide religious place of worship. So me provide this space. I'm a student be so person awesome or person born empire and I don't provide this space, but not necessarily say on Messi a sorry dying and I say mosque and money panel. Almost say this does not create an obligation to build a special place of worship. However, space no ehunya. But also a dress code and I say uniforms. And it say mission school no will dress code and I say uniform no. Student be obeba hobiano or be respect this dress code no. It say mo pay hijab or mo share hijab. Nemo space for worship no. Any fast in a day. A homebra edaho. And that is a 13 bodies way. Edi omonsa e shen krata nase. Into your mon tiasi say the Wesley Girls still ano or mo da so agina tete mpone so. Ano and a Ghana Catholic Bishops Conference for a baby said, Debbie, Massa, say same way a cock or sweet or mutinase, et a trouble, say gomobo, so more shady about cosu or quarter. No, my mistake into your mecasa. Almost say the question say be a non-Christian students, yenu Muslim for yemo mo kwine normal practice or Christian mission schools no. About by the topic, I'm halfway brain, I can't was no more. Ghana Catholic Bishops Conference no. Omo no be proprietors. of some mission schools we are more maintaining Christian identity and the Christian practices. And what my Ghana has say, no more history. I just say missionaries no and they started some schools who do we now. Money are buying a partnership and yet take over. Or say when the government began assisting us primarily by paying teacher salaries and regulating curricula, it joined an already functioning system. State support, therefore, is a partnership, not a takeover. It is a bia. Yenyano muzemi fuano. If he say, oh yes, your tax can hubia. Masa. Omuno mudi kaisi omu school. A partnership. A binding take you over schools no. No more yomu school de daw. And a binding by so we bet your salaries. Na ya bremo curriculum na mudi issue idea. Na any take over. And almost 32 paragraph 2 no area and say the ownership and identity of these schools reside with us. Government assistance does not diminish this identity or does it confer the right to alter the core religious character that defines these institutions. It is a binding be wabebuano. And no just say I was say sano a Methodist for his idea where mude a binding kentino monsisano na muzemi for so emenya nebe omuja omunashe tentus. We are Ghana Catholic bishops and omocho letter way. Almost say, Obia omonim say sa argument we no about be link to freedom of choice near there. Almost say students be say Black Christian Mission School. Almost shell na Ishmael ne bano omoko PM or headmistress in headmistress say opa see opeso you free school. Obekwa na wonko. Opa enye dinechi na one nko. Na koye o fasting no Ramadan. Wesley Girls sunye ubesua ade ye ma okwan ma wonye fasting in Ramadan choose ba akọ na akola ni choose Wesley Girls iti omo de emo fort ben iti omo ka wa say closely linked to this is the principle of freedom of choice. No student is compelled to attend a Christian mission school. Parents choose our institutions freely, often because of their proven track record in academic excellence, discipline and moral formation. What see Wesley Girls now what they will back or yeah? I didn't know what they will ban call Wesley Girls. Because of senior school no or more track record. Say be omuni my dear Wesley Girls or more dear. It's now all selecting or banning the Wesley Girls here in the first choice. Omo Catholic Bishops Conference for the say what selected school no now we are aware from the onset said there are other schools for her no more. What I say there are other schools for her. No more school there. Omo Christian schools. Just omo follow Christian worship. Omo uphold Christian value. O pesa oba na oba. Omo ansha osefa oba bra school nti se oba ne ba school ne nko dia. E wo so odi eche. Sa so na so omo so no omo mbakọ Islamic schools a. E wo so omo di eche. Sa omo mbakọ private institutions a. E wo so omo so di omo ye bia na omo di eche. Enti na omo di omo bia na omo ntiase. Na omo ka biom se preserving our moral and disciplinary ethos no, and is central to the success of these educational mission schools. No, schools no, and yet just known for academic excellence. Values no, culture ne kahunti ne schools ne outstanding no. There are challenges. Say ma ho kwan sisi no. Say bia yenwanu mu kremufo Ramadan yi ye Ramadan na timetable no also ko 5 times a day. Adjust the timetable ni ade. Allocate prayer rooms and the kaka revise uniforms. Sign number way na challenges. Na sa no mano so mu wo kamia undermining order, undermining focus, undermining equality are essential for discipline and also academic excellence. Na so mu single culture I serve the entire student body and working better. I try say you want cable for say or channel benya nananom or channel nya ye tigari for or channel nya akonedi for no almost see ebedi akwese obi kra post picture say nche o me career dey Ghanaians are messy but Catholic omo no say a single unified school culture serves the entire student body far more effectively than a fragmented environment in which students operate within separate religious frameworks. It's your position there, and you're grounded in constitutional and legal principles, particularly to freedom of association any religious liberty. It's we are free so be associated with someone and someone associated with someone, but so associated with someone kwa dia. The omo ye na wo se we be. Taking crying. Eno no person moka. No mahu say memorandum of understanding be koso just say no government assisted and private mission schools be and the omo sa chase just say bemu on the 15th of April 2024. Nampa omo ditum so omo no ye na sa guidelines no address issues such as fasting, dress code, worship spaces and the kaka ho. Also emphasize on inclusivity, tolerance, respect for diversity. Ni na wo nti enyi fasting ne pe na enja diversity ni inclusivity ni tolerance so enyi debi partnership important so be abedi so what I say state ni church na partner so mo be kire nkwala ade and no just state ni church na partner church ni to mo values ni en to ntwene na fa wo value be chem omo nti asesa omo nti asesa so omo break it and now say any attempt be able override your religious identity biano and best say the long-standing relationship now face so a discourage future partnerships biano bet we are benefiting nation. Almost say any attempt to override our religious identity risks damaging this long-standing relationship and discouraging future partnerships that benefit the nation. Ultimately, our stance is rooted in the very heart of our missionary purpose. These schools were never established merely to instruct in mathematics, literature, or science. They were founded to form young people holistically, intellectually, morally, and spiritually in the light of the gospel. Christian worship, formation, and values are not peripheral additions and no near the background. Primary objective no Christian values no. And I will base your maths, literature, science, RME, CRS, economics, French, Chi, ever, Gan, Nini Nano, secondary. Integral to my identity. And the reason for my existence as Wesley Girls in the first place. Senkenye missionity and kawunte Wesley Girls no. The eka kawun de be da so. Enti se wo be demand so mo ma ho kwan na mo nya fasting na wo nya Ramadan na wo mo mpan no. Ebe undermine the foundational mission these institutions we bring it to be. Into your position e ba ko pe. Upa jitu upa men jintum. Sa wo mo financial assistance no. En che se wo state na wo own schools no. And granting any party. So we are Muslim, we are Deni, we are and granting any party. Whether government and as a religion. So Babere fine. Now I can say, Moma Hokwaina. Never be upa fakokot. Omo wakami ubia. So if you other faith, I'll bet me aba. No any problem. What I say? Obet me aba. Now say one man swa and they choose school. A war coming and as a reflective belief. Almost say. We demonstrate respect for the rights of all students by welcoming those of other faiths while upholding their freedom to choose schools that reflect their own beliefs. Our moral duty is to safeguard the Christian identity, values, and practices that are the defining hearts of our schools and have profoundly shaped Ghanaian society for generations. Ultimately, defending this heritage is not an act of exclusion. It is a vital affirmation of religious freedom, institutional autonomy, and the enduring pursuit of educational excellence. Signed, Right Reverend Bliss Divine Agbeko, our chairman. And now face Most Reverend Matthew Quincy Jemfi, our president of the Ghana's Catholic Bishops Conference. Ahaya Gossips 24. We any crata or maybe better abundant. Ghana is an interesting character, you know. Cherare or comment section. Magraheb.